I said, well, don't worry about it, I'll put a check in the mail to you. So I called Frida and I said, look, you know, it'd be cheaper if you came up here and we got married. Ask her. So when she come up there at Grace's I said to her, we'll go out to dinner and then we'll come over here to my apartment and we'll talk this thing over. So I had 4 young attorneys that Millie had rented to, that were tenants in the complex that I was managing, or one of the complexes that I was managing. So I called them and I said, a couple of you guys come to my apartment this afternoon. And they said, what's the matter? I said, well, I want you to give us some advice. So when they come in, I said, you take her and you take me. We sit around the dining room table and we laid it all out there. So they suggested this prenup, and they drew it up. Veda takes care of her own affairs and I take care of mine. We commingle nothing. We don't own anything together. I don't own anything now. My trust owns everything that I have. And it's worked fine for us. And I mean, since she's been like she is, I help her with her finances. Help her, but then Julie and Brenda actually keep her bank account straight. I take Frida down to the bank every week or so, and she goes up there and they pull down her accounts and they do it all for free. The banks normally charge $25 to $50 for this service, and they do it all for free for her, and which I'm grateful for. And I've named Brenda since Mel died, Brenda owns everything I have. In my death, she's an absolute charge.
I used to teach home ec and art in high school.
And Frida's been wanting me to take over her assets, and I refuse to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because if my name appeared on any of her stuff, and she dies before I do that, her kids are going to say, hey, you ripped Mama's estate off. Well, I don't want that.
That couch they're sitting on is my own original design. There's never been another like it. And then I had it made after I drew up the thing for them to go by. And I bought those candelabras, and then I had them made into lamps to go with the couch. And I had those back for years before I ever met my darling over there.
You're still her darling.
Right there?
Huh?
Him over there, you mean?
This darling here, this darling you're talking about?
Yeah, that's my darling.
Well, I tell people that the night that I met her, I knew about her because Grace and me went to the same church I did in Stockton. And they went to the same church, but Frida went the same, but she was 200 miles away, and I knew about her, but I'd never met her. So I tell people, I would come in out of the system one time, and the phone was ringing, and I had not hired a receptionist yet. I couldn't find what I wanted, so I didn't hire one. Everybody I talked to smoked. They'd sit there and blow smoke in my face. So the phone rang, it was Grace. And she says, when you lock up tonight, well, come on over, and there's somebody here I want you to meet. So I said, okay. I said, I'm dressed in my work clothes. My work clothes consisted of cowboy boots, slacks, and a sports shirt, and a light jacket or something. So she says, well, you come over, it's fine that way. So I went up and I knocked on Grace's door, and she answered. She's dressed in black with this beautiful white head of hair, and I just blew my stack. And I tell people that
Well, the rest is history.
I tell people that she and Grace talked it over because Grace said he's a nice, clean old man. He's got a real nice apartment and a brand new car. And he's got a good job. I couldn't get him, but maybe you can. So anyway, I said I went in the house and we talked, and I said, "Have you eaten?" She said, "No." I said, "You want to go out and get something to eat? Maybe a hamburger or something?" Yeah. So we took off from where she lived. By the time we got to the corner of March Lane and Pacific or El Dorado, I said, I'm having dinner tomorrow night. I have a couple of girls coming over for dinner tomorrow night, and I put a bottle of champagne in the refrigerator. You want to go over and drink the champagne? Oh, that sounds good. So we went over to my apartment, and I got out the champagne. I poured 2 glasses, and we never drank it. We sit there for 2 hours, or she talks and I listen. poured the champagne back in the bottle and topped it and put it in the refrigerator. And the next night, Jenny and Elsie Lala came over and I fixed steaks and we had dinner with Jenny and Elsie and me.
I was not a drinker.
Oh, I see.
So
You know,
in the
I-
meantime, she
How'd you get in
raised,
this family
In
then?
the church, and
she
you
she
just
she
don't
went
drink
back
when
to
you're a
where she
Christian
lived, you know.
Huh?
like that.
So I called her, and when I took her home, I said, would it be all right if I called on you or come home? Oh, sure. Come on. You know.
And you wound up in Arkansas.
We called it over the telephone and through the mail. Wrote dozens of letters back and forth every day. She'd write to me, and I'd write her a letter every day. We talk on the phone.
It
Where did
helps
she
that
live?
they're
I just
sitting
about-
on.
Where did she
I
live?
designed that myself.
I didn't
and
Where
had
did
it
she live?
In Springville.
built and
Is
we're
that pretty?
Springville. That's
and,
about 100.
maybe
You know
you'll
where
never see
Tulare
another
is.
Yeah.
one like
It's
it.
just east of there, about 60 or
No
70
original.
miles. It's
What-
right at the foothill of the
And
Sierra.
my
Right
lamps,
there.
I bought those
Uh,
candelabras
Why
there.
was she not?
Then I had them made into lamps.
Yeah, she had a brother, or she had a brother who had lived in the town.
I
and
like
she was looking
green.
for some place to settle down after she sold her property in San Diego. So she went up there where her
Get
brother
some
was, and she
body
bought this
to make
place.
the lampshades,
And
'cause
she had
I
difficulty
couldn't
trying
go
to sell
buy
it.
any,
And
you know,
she never
like
did
I
sell it.
wanted.
She gave it away because
and I designed those, and then I
one of the
had
kids
them
needed
made.
some money, so
Oh.
that was where they got it.
Wow.
I
I
had
used
sold
to
the
play
property
the
to
organ.
for
I grew
her
up
to
with an organ,
a young couple
and then
that put
piano.
$5,000 down and to pay
I
$100,000
played the
a
guitar.
month.
I used to have a program on
grew
the
up,
radio
Land sales
with the
contract.
guitar. I played the guitar and
State
sang,
uses, you know.
Wow.
and
And
then
they made
I
real
know a
good
lot
payments
of
and everything like this, and then
selections
right
on
out of the
the
blue,
guitar to
one of his
play.
checks bounced. He give you a
I
check,
can
send me
play
a
the
check for
Spanish
$1,000 and it
fandango
bounced.
and the bells of Scotland.
So I called him and he made it
You
do
know,
it.
all on the.
The next month, the same
Guitar.
thing. So
And I don't
he was
even
a
own
school
a
teacher
guitar
down
now. I've been
in
laying out
Tulare.
to get one,
So I
but
went
then my
down there and I
hands
said, what the hell's going
went
on?
like they are,
And he said, well,
and
my
they're
wife and I
so
have
sore in
separated.
the joints.
And he said the Internal Revenue Service
I
come
know
in
I
and
couldn't
ran
play
our
the
dollars.
guitar like I used to did.
So I
It's
said,
no wonder
well, in
they're
that
like this,
case,
cause I used to
he
just
said,
wear
I'm not
them
gonna be
out.
able to keep the house.
Cause I had a
I
radio
said, okay, so
program and I
Drew up a
played.
quick claim deed,
the
and I got
guitar.
him and his wife to sign it, and I notarized it, and turned the property over to her, and then I leased it with another broker there in Springville for $90,000.
teach
That's what I
home ec.
sold it for before.
And art in high
And,
school, here now.
The son
Oh, yeah?
called, he said, well, I need some money. So, the
Oh,
broker,
that
I
great
leased it with
life.
another broker traveled
God's
from LA,
been so
traveled
good
through
to
there,
me.
saw the place,
Yeah.
and she come in, she
She
offered
let me be, I'm
$50,000. She
in
took
my
it.
late 90s.
And I tried to stop her, but it was her house, I
Been
couldn't
good
do
to
anything.
me all these years.
And I drew up, I made a counter offer. I told myself, we're not gonna take this. If you'll pay the commission and pay all the charges, everything else, we'll consider it, provided it's cash, down to the bottom. And that's what they gave her, and the son wound up with it.
Yeah. One of those things. Can't go back now.
I raised those sons without their father, cause he was always away.
But
in
she
the
lived there in
Navy,
that
you know.
town by herself for years.
Never had any problems or trouble or anything that they ever got into any mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said, I hope Uncle Frank has made a mistake.
And my
At least
son,
that's what your husband
Deputy
told me.
Sheriff of Crawford
You said, I hope
County,
Uncle Frank had, when he told you I was getting married,
lives across the street from me.
I
Retired
don't
now?
remember saying anything like that.
And
you hope I hadn't
my
made a
middle
mistake.
son wrote the system for Medi-Cal and Medicare
So you
that
hadn't
they're
married yet.
using right
No,
now.
no, maybe not, I don't know.
And my
Well, if
baby
anybody would have
boy
made a mistake,
is
it'd
a
been her.
contractor and builder
If anybody would have made a
It was
mistake, it'd have been
beautiful.
her, he said.
Huh?
out in California.
No, I always thought what a pretty lady she
Right.
was. What a, you know, just
So-
classy lady she is.
Oh, she
I'm
still
very
is.
She still is, she's
I'm
gorgeous.
very lucky.
She's gorgeous. And you know,
Well, I've
at times
always
it's
tried to do
it's hard
everything
to
right
realize that, you know,
and be
she would do
honest.
that, but
You know,
listen to her right now, she's talking
whatever
there.
I was involved
seems
in,
fine.
and
Yeah.
God's been so,
Here's,
Good
in
to
just
know.
recent days, he's had several episodes of clarity, just as clear as a bell.
That's what I said, that's what I told Bill, I said, oh my God, I said, I, you know,
They say that.
and I
And-
designed this couch
And I
myself,
understand
you'll
from
never see another
Frank
one
Broyle,
like it.
who's the coach up at the university, or the
Had it made.
sports director, whatever you wanna call him.
well, you
His
know,
wife
maybe,
died.
maybe it's from the stimulus though, from the company and,
Yeah.
and, interacting with.
That's what
people.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But her doctors have told me recently that I better plan on putting her away. And there's no way in hell I'm going to know while I'm alive.
I painted that picture there on the
Oh my
wall
God.
over the table there.
Because
Because she's still mobile. I mean, she's.
I'm sure
Before I
that
was
if my
married, I
death, if
lived
I
in
die before
Missouri.
she does,
There
within a
was a
week,
scene
they'll have her in
just
it.
like that.
she won't last
When I
long.
went out on my front porch and look across, you
that
know,
would be cool.
That would be.
that's the way it
something
looked. No,
That maybe you need to be
I
talking
just
to her.
got to,
Yeah,
She,
yeah.
she
You
won't,
know,
she
the
doesn't
truth
understand.
about
She
that
said,
is
I'll
so
take care of
pretty.
myself.
so
Well,
I
know
just
she
sit down
says
and
that,
drew it,
but she really
and then I
can't.
painted it.
But that,
And
she
there was
knows.
Take a picture on the
See
video.
if I'm going.
That's the one of you and Melvin and
Let's see if he
David.
recognizes it.
good looking lady,
You'll see.
pretty lady.
I didn't prove to know. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna get you some more.
Well, this is.
Well, no,
This,
don't
this
put
is a
that
picture that,
Doesn't even look like it.
Yeah, you gave me a copy of the other one, and I made,
How old was Melvin here, you think?
We're gonna go,
It sure was
Take
good,
this
and I appreciate that.
44,
Mhm.
about 8 years old, 7 or 8.
Did you hear
Uh-huh.
what I
Back in-
said? That was
That's
so
a picture
good.
of you and him and
We'll
your
see.
your little
Appreciate
brother.
that.
Yeah.
You guys are
we'll
going
see
right
you
back
next
in,
year,
aren't you?
huh?
How old was David when he
Next
died?
year.
3?
Because I'm gonna go get the pie.
You
Okay.
better get here,
Okay,
back
yeah,
here for then. I am, I may not be around.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
do you want me to bring some paper plates?
Well, I just have the big ones.
I do too.
Frank, do you have any of the small paper plates?
Now, the
Small
latch
ones?
string hangs out,
No? Okay.
I don't
the
have
latch
it, you know.
string hangs out, and anytime you wanna come back.
Okay, without looking at the back of
knock
this,
on the door.
Okay.
who is that?
My brother John.
Right away.
That's Mom's handwriting on the back.
Uncle John with Jim? Honey?
No,
Oh, not that one.
No, this is a young Uncle John.
Oh,
what is this?
with that
20,
pompadour,
yeah, Pompadour, yeah.
pompadour hairdo. Honey, just now you go out and help me bring the pie in, okay?
What a head of hair he had. Huh?
That's what I said, the pompadour.
Here.
Okay, you gonna show them this one?
Okay.
He and Fanny and I and Tony and
Up,
Helen
honey, up, there.
were the
Up,
only
down.
ones in the
Up.
family that had light
Yeah.
skin and light hair.
That's cool.
Okay, you recognize that beautiful lady?
No, I don't know who that
Oh, he's
is.
cheating.
I'm so happy y'all got to come and be with
I
us.
don't remember Helen looking like that.
I didn't either. I wouldn't have recognized her.
Okay,
We gotta look at him on the video before you show him to him.
This
Oh.
is John. I don't know who the other guy is.
The little one? Is that
Yeah.
it? That's
That's
our
our
son, Jim. That's our second son. Jimmy. Put it up in front of the camera. Jim will get a kick out of that, honey.
Yeah, I recognize John, but
Yeah, no, that's our second son, Jimmy.
With the big
It's like he's
cucumber.
helping him there.
yeah,
Do some woodwork or something.
let's see that a minute. Was that before he lost his leg?
Oh, yeah.
Now this one is
This one, he lived
Alma,
there on,
Mary, Alma, and Helen.
no,
Sierra
I
Nevada.
think that's on, Hiawatha,
Sunset.
Sunset.
Oh,
The one behind my folks.
that's when he first moved into Sunset, or not?
Sunnyside. Sunnyside.
Okay, Sunnyside.
Now that's an old picture.
How about this one? Who's this?
that looks like it might be Helen.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was one of your grandmother's husbands.
Husband?
Isn't that her there?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
And this looks like my aunt from Lathrup,
Huh.
Mike Spino's mother.
This is one you ought to keep.
That's Melvin.
Yeah. Put that aside and keep that one.
No, little tiny baby.
This is,
Oh, isn't that cute? How was he?
Couldn't have been very old.
No.
3 years old.
Yeah, it's about what
Or
it looks.
this is Melvin, Larry, Margie, and Donald.
Honey, we gotta clean up and get that, please.
Here, Larry, you gotta show them and see if you can find out who those are.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We'll be right back.
And this is with Grandma and one of her friends. I don't know who.
that's my dad.
That's Joseph?
Let me see it.
All right.
That's Mama there on the side.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now here's Mary, Grandma, Helen, and
That's so I
and-
can get a better look at him.
Mr. Prinz. I don't know who Mr. Prinz is. No.
Picture of my mother.
But is that, do you know who Mr. Prinz is?
Yeah, it was Victor Prince's father. He courted my mother by the time she married Dave Del Barba.
Oh.
Nice looking lady. Was that your father too?
No. Mama's boyfriend, or a guy that wanted to be her boyfriend.
Now this is one with,
Did your daddy pass away before your mama did?
No.
oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. This is all of the siblings. I think you have this picture, I think.
Yeah. This was taken in 1970.
Is that your family?
Yes, all.
It's all the brothers and sisters together.
John's 70th birthday, and Ange made up that money tree for him.
Huh.
Well, that turned out good, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No, I
Now,
don't.
what I remember is whenever Uncle Tony was over,
When he was what?
whenever he was over at the house and had a few drinks, he'd start singing "Mamma Mia, met somebody, da 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 da."
It's a good picture. Wish you had one like it.
Well, I do have it in the bedroom in there.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
That's where Jack got these from. I let him have that picture, and he took it home and made copies of it.
Yeah, that's right.
This is John, Ange, Fanny, Sam, me, Tony, Helen, and Mary. In that
It's you
rotation.
again.
From the upper right-hand corner to the lowest left-hand corner. That's the way the kids were born.
Yeah.
Boy, this one's fading.
turned out good.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Helen?
Yeah. Oh wow, this is the only one I've seen with your parents and your in-laws in the same picture.
Let's see it. That's me, Mama.
Don't trip over that. I have much to steal. I think I'm just gonna cut it right here. If that's okay.
You like banana cream pie?
Do I like it?
Uh-huh.
That was Melvin as a teenager.
She said she wants the whole thing. She said to hell with the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good.
This is Mama and Millie and the Mittens and me.
Melvin, Aunt Millie must have been taking this, and Melvin must have been taking that one.
Well, bless you.
Yeah, I made it after I made the rest of it after I went back out in the motorhome.
That looks so good, doesn't it?
I hope it's good.
She do a good job on the pie.
Well, hon, if you didn't want to cut it tonight, you put it in the refrigerator.
Oh no,
but
we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it.
You
We're
can
gonna cut it.
come back tomorrow, can't you?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it.
Yeah, we're gonna be here tomorrow.
Well,
We're gonna cut it.
unless you want to cut it
And
For
now this
yourself,
is
don't cut
Mr.
it.
Muscles.
on my count.
That's Dad.
Can you find anything back there?
They got it. They got it not. Getting tired of looking at pictures? That's brother-in-law, his wife.
Alan Ruth.
Yeah. This is and this has been, I don't know what year, but it's had to be fairly.
Lessons your dad and mother
Kinda
and
hard to
Mary.
find something there in my kitchen.
Oh
wasn't it?
no, I found him. I found what I was looking for. I found it.
Did you bake that pie yourself?
I did.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you. Thank you. I hope it tastes good.
It will. Pie that looks like that can't be bad.
This proves you were all together at Jack and Bill.
Wait, I can smell those bananas. Can you smell those bananas?
No.
Oh man, I can.
Where'd Jack and Carol go?
They took this stuff out to the motorhome. She had left a mess on the counter from all the stuff she fixed.
I used to teach home ec in high school.
Yeah.
I had the girls make
Your
up
sisters.
a pretty crust, you know,
Uh-huh.
and then the filling. Try to help them to
Yeah, to learn.
learn how to do that before they got married.
Yeah.
All washed.
Was you looking for a
You
weekend?
recall